This is the shot put. Here, let me have that. Now, Eddie, putting the shot is a matter of putting your whole body into the throw and following through. Now, just watch this. Stand here. For the shot put. Now, for the discus.
Herman, wait. Herman, please. Will you stop all this nonsense?
Nonsense?
Yes. If the boy wants to run and jump better than the other kids, let me help him with my magic.
Magic?
Yes.
Certainly not, Grandpa. In the true tradition of sportsmanship, I'm going to see to it that Eddie does this with honesty, integrity, and hard work.
Oh, boy. Just my luck. I had to get stuck with a son-in-law who wants to do everything the hard way.
Now, Eddie, you're going to do this all on your own merits. And you wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
No, sir.
That's my boy. Now, let's see. Oh, I know. I'll show you how to broad jump. Now, watch this.
Think I'll ever be able to do that?
Eddie, will you get me out of here? My feet are getting soaked. I must have broken a water pipe.
But I tell you, Ralph, the cannonball came flying through the air and hit the fender.
Oh, that's great. Just wait till I tell that to the insurance company.
There, dear. How does that fit?
It hangs beautifully.
Doesn't it, though? Oh, these remnants that Herman brings home from the lining room at the parlor make lovely pleated skirts.
And, Grandpa, you're so good at sewing things together.
Well, with Herman in the family, you develop a knack for it.
And now, Eddie, the proper form for throwing the discus. Now, watch very closely. Just like a Greek statue.
But how will you get it back?
I took the precaution of putting my name and address on that one. And now, Eddie, for the pole vault. Now pay strict attention.
Now, Lily, if Eddie wants to run and jump, Herman should have let me use my magic. The only way that...
Where did you come from?
Just teaching Eddie how to pole vault. That's the general idea, son. Only when you get to the top, remember to let go.
Herman, I know you mean well, trying to help little Eddie make the track team, but don't you think you're pushing him beyond his abilities?
Oh, I could quit. I could stop giving up all my spare time to make my boy into a superstar. I would not be fulfilling my obligations as an American father.
There goes a fine husband.
There goes a fine father.
There goes a nut, if I've ever seen one.
Believe me, I was driving along when this flying saucer went sailing right through the windshield.
You know, honey, this story makes the one about the cannonball sound almost logical.
What are my appointments today?
Well, you have a new patient, a Mr. Munster. He's here for a checkup, something about a diet. Then you have a pretty full schedule till noontime.
A diet, huh? Oh, all right. Oh, would you take these glasses to the optometrist down the hall? The lens keeps popping out on me, and I'm so nearsighted I can't see a thing without them.
I'll be right back, Doctor.
Yes.
Excuse me, there's no one outside and I have an appointment. I'm Herman Munster.
Oh, yes, my nurse just stepped down the hall. Come in. I'm Dr. Dudley.
How do you do?
Well, Mr. Munster, I see you brought your doggie. I'm afraid you'll have to wait outside unless he's had his shots.
I'm afraid you don't understand. I'm here for an examination. I have some weight to lose in a hurry.
Oh, yes, you're the gentleman who wants the diet. Well, my nurse just took my glasses to be repaired, and,
I could come back later.
No need. It's just a routine physical. I could do it blindfolded. Now, if you'll just sit down over here, I'll look you over. Now, stick out your tongue.
Doc?
Oh, there you are. You mustn't be afraid of me. Now, have you ever had the measles, chicken pox, or the mumps, or severe dizziness or headaches?
No, just the Black Plague.
Black plague. Very funny.
Something wrong?
No. That's what I get for buying this equipment for my brother-in-law. Now, have you had your appendix or tonsils or gallbladder or spleen removed?
No, not since they were first put in.
Quite a comedian, aren't you? 62.8. Boy, that's incredible.
Oh, not really. I always run a little fever when I'm nervous.
Well, you mustn't be nervous. And now I'll take your pulse. Now, look, I told you once you got to get the dog out of here. Scoot.
Doc, that's my hand.
You mean you were born with this?
No, someone else was. And I'll always be grateful. Not everyone will give you a hand when you need one.
You're gonna make me laugh. We'll be here all day. Now, you'll just step over here to the scale, Mr. Munster.
Doc, I hate to contradict you, but the scale is over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. The woman that does for me keeps moving my things. Now, if you'll just step up here. 4 o'clock already? Where's the nurse with those glasses? Well, shall we check the old ticker? Keep the best for the last. Mr. Munster, now if you'll just sit down here. Attaboy. Here we go. You know, I just discovered something extraordinary. I can't hear a thing without my glasses.
Doc.
How silly of me. You ought to be a doctor. There we are. Coming in good.
Doc, I think there's someone at the door.
You're right, excuse me.
Here are your glasses, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. She's pretty but pokey. Well, shall we push on, Mr. Munster?
Is there a doctor in the house?
Eddie, Eddie's tonsils came out with no trouble at all.
Yes. And when we left him in the hospital, he was sitting up in bed eating ice cream.
You see, Herman? I told you it was no big deal. You stayed home and hid in the closet for nothing.
Well, come on, let's go right down and see him.
Herman, Dr. Willoughby thought it best if you didn't go and see him.
Well, why not? I'm his dad.
Well, you see, dear, he explained to me that he didn't want you walking into Eddie's room and upsetting him by crying and screaming and fainting and all that. The medical term he used was, going ape.
What are they talking about? Well, why shouldn't we go down there and see him? I mean, do they think that a man of my background is going to faint at the sight of blood?
I'm sorry, but that's doctor's orders. Well, you'll see Eddie tomorrow. They just don't want you down there tonight. Come on, Marilyn.
Good night, Grandpa, Uncle Herman.
All right, Herman. What are you going to do now?
Well, I guess I'll just go upstairs and put on my Al Jolson record of Sonny Boy and cry myself to sleep.
No, you won't. We're going to go down there tonight and see that boy.
But Lily might find out, and she might yell at me and not make me my chocolate chip cookies and all sorts of mean stuff like that.
Lily won't know. We'll sneak out of the house later, and when we get to the hospital, we'll surprise everybody.
You know, for a rotten old father-in-law, you're really a fun guy. Grandpa, I can't see. Give me a hand. Oh. Come on along. Come on. Come on.
Herman, will you watch it?
Sorry, fella. Oh, wait a minute. There's Eddie's woof woof. Let's take it to him.
Just checking, Herman.
Excuse me, lady. Could you help us?
Oh, you poor man. When did it happen?
Just this afternoon.
Oh, dear. You should have brought him in sooner.
I would have, but his wife wouldn't let me.
Well, you just stay right there, and I'll get a couple of attendants.
I certainly give very fine service here.
Herman, we don't need any attendants. Eddie is in 517. We can find it by ourselves. Come with me. We'll take the elevator to the 5th floor.
The equipment must be faulty. Come on, we'll have to take the stairs.
Well, I don't see him. He was standing right here.
Well, if
he's as bad as you described. He couldn't have gone very far.
Two of them were unbelievable. I must have been seeing things.
Miss Hazlitt, I think you've been working too many nights.
Hermie. Marilyn? Marilyn, come here. I thought it felt like he needed a haircut.
You mean to say our tenant's been with us for 2 whole days and he won't tell you what he does for a living? That's just plain old sneaky.
Chester. Oh, I think he's just wonderful.
Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
He's so charming. He has such wonderful manners and so handy around the house.
Chester's so handy around the house. Chester sounds to me like a big frump.
When I get home from school, he plays catch with me and helps me with my homework.
Frump, 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 frump.
You are jealous.
Heck if I am.
Sure you are. You're jealous because everybody likes Chester.
I think Grandpa's right, Herman.
I am not jealous. Why should I care if some smooth-mannered, well-talking tenant moves right in and tries to take over my image as ruler of the roost?
Chester is not trying to take over, Herman. He's just a nice man.
How nice.
All right, Herman. Not as nice as you are.
It's better. Marilyn?
You're wonderfully nice, Uncle Herman. In a different sort of way.
That's what I like to hear. Eddie?
Chester's cool, Dad, but you're the coolest.
I'll accept that. Grandpa?
I pass.
Now, I'm warning you, Grandpa. Don't push me too far. You'll be sorry. I'm liable to storm right up to my room again.
Good. Then I'll eat your dessert.
Before I go to work, I would like to say to everyone that I'm sorry the way I acted last night. I guess I'm just a silly fool who's starved for affection.
Sensitive baby.
Actually, I would like to meet Chester before I go. I've decided that we should all be adult about this whole thing.
Well, you can't meet him, dear. Poor Chester worked all night, and he said he wanted to get a good rest before he helps me around the house today.
Huh. Fine. But let's not get too adult around here.
Bye, Uncle Herman.
Bye. Have a nice day.
It's me, old Herman Munster, taking off for the parlor. Here I go, leaving for work. I won't even be back till 6 o'clock, so I won't be able to see what goes on around here all day. Even if somebody wanted to steal my wife away and alienate my whole family from me, I wouldn't know about it. Because I'll be down at work.
Herman Munster, what are you shouting about? You'll wake up Chester.
Oh, was I shouting?
Good morning, all.
Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning. Chester, would you like some breakfast?
Fine.
Sit here, Chester. We have some very tasty owl's eggs and vulture livers.
That sounds fine, Mrs. Munster.
Call me Lily.
My back is turned. He sits down at my place, starts calling my wife Lily, and she starts plying him with delicacies.
Where?
Eddie, as soon as I finish breakfast, I'll walk you to school.
Hey, that'd be real boss, Chester.
He can't leave it at merely stealing my wife. He's got to play up to my son.
Herman Munster?
Lily.
Are you spying on me?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You're out here listening because you're insanely jealous of Chester.
Now, Lily, how could you say such a thing, dear? You know I never get emotional or fly off the handle or lose my control. I'll kill him, I'll kill him, I'll kill him, I'll kill him.
Herman Munster, you stop that this instant. And you go to work.